All right, it is Tuesday. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Glad to have you with us. I have a TikTok account. I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm trying to TikTok. I'm not doing the dances. I don't do any of the. I'm not doing the floss. It's not happening. I did the did that one, but that's it. That's where I draw the line. But if you follow me on TikTok, I will be explaining what it says in the teleprompter for me to say when I start the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. And let's just say it's a leftover from the Matt Brickman era. Did he actually say this? No. All right. He said part of it. Here's the weather for today. Hot. That's it. It's hot. It's going to be humid. I feel like it's controversial for a weather person to say it's hot. Like, Riley's always hedging his bets a little bit. He's like, it's going to be hot, although some people might just say it's warm. Look, if it's going to be 90, it's hot, right? Like, can we agree on some things as a society? It's hot. It's all right to be hot. But it's going to be hot. 90 degrees is the high today, 90, 91. Same deal today, tomorrow, the next day, and then it cools down for the weekend. Let's talk about this. Minnesota State Fair has said we need workers. We need hundreds of workers. And I think I can tell you why they don't have workers. The State Fair pay is bad. It's bad. Restaurants all over Minnesota are paying 15, 16, 17 bucks for 16-year-olds to work there. So the fair is paying like 11, 12 bucks. Well, yeah, of course you're not going to find people to work for 12 days. So they need 400 people to work the ticket booths. And, like, if you're going to get a job at the fair, the ticket booth would not be bad, right? Like, you're protected from the weather, get to say hi to everybody. Maybe you don't want to say hi to everybody in this Delta variant world. I don't know. Parking lot, hard pass. That does not seem like fun. But then there are vendors who have at least 300 positions to fill. Vendors telling us they've never had these struggles before. So the fair is fun. I've always thought, like, it would be kind of cool if they would pay you a little better to work at the fair. What job would you like? Is there a stand? Is there a ride? Is there an attraction? What would be your State Fair dream job? Leave a comment on our Facebook page, and I'll share your fair dream jobs coming up. Let's talk about the COVID-19 booster shot. We had heard early on that there was a good chance that Americans were going to need a booster shot. And indeed, sources are telling CBS News that it does look like the federal government is going to recommend that third booster shot for all Americans with Pfizer and Moderna. They're still kind of figuring out what the deal is with the J&J 1-in-1. They will start this mid to late September because some of the people on the front wave, the elderly, nursing home residents, healthcare workers, they got their second shot by, December or January. So they'd be due 8 months from that would be September. CDC has already approved. Sort of different from a booster, but they're calling it a third dose for some with weakened immune systems. Mask debate at schools has been very controversial. St. Paul will decide what they're going to do in the fall. School board will have a vote on that, on the mask mandate tonight. Other districts have made the call already, and we're seeing a variety of approaches. Minneapolis and Duluth are saying everybody will have to mask up. We talked to South Washington County schools yesterday, and they just have kids in the K through 8 grades wearing masks because high school age kids can get vaccines. Afghanistan. Been tough to see these pictures out of Afghanistan. President Joe Biden says he doesn't regret his decision to withdraw the military, which frankly, I don't know if anyone's saying that we shouldn't have withdrawn. It's the question of how this went down. The president did admit that the U.S. was surprised by the speed of the Taliban takeover. We thought it was going to be 60, 90 days. And it was like a week. But he says we're not going to be drawn back into this conflict. This morning, the Taliban started consolidating control over Kabul. Calm has returned to the airport. This was just heartbreaking. All these people running alongside a U.S. fighter jet, trying to lead a military transport jet, I should say, as it was trying to take off. At least 7 people were killed as they were kind of hanging from that plane and falling to their death. Roughly 6,000 U.S. troops have been deployed to Afghanistan to try to help safely evacuate civilians and allies. This morning, Grace has re-strengthened to tropical storm status as the people of Haiti cannot catch a break. This storm is making it so difficult as they're searching. I mean, enough time has passed since that 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit the island on Saturday. It would be an absolute miracle if any of the missing were still alive. The death toll now over 1,400 people. Haitian leaders have declared 3 days of national mourning starting today in the wake of that staggering loss. Minnesota nonprofits been helping in Haiti for decades, doing incredible work. Haiti Outreach, they focus on providing clean water, shoring up educational opportunities, and economic development.
So we're partnering with organizations that focus on relief, and we've created a fund called the Earthquake Fund that we'll be using to then support those efforts. So we're working with the medical team, we're working with other organizations that will provide food, and then we specifically focus on clean water.
If you are able and interested in donating, we have a link at WCCO.com. Incredible work from reporter Liz Collin as she has been covering the wildfires in the Northland, and now the Minnesota National Guard is joining in on that. 2 of their helicopters and fuel trucks will help the DNR battle the Greenwood fire. Strong winds, dry grass, fueling those flames. Officials are estimating it's already burned more than 1,000 acres. Near Bemidji, more than 100 fires have burned this season. This is Drone 4 footage. Yeah, those fires just wipe out the landscape. This is all that remains from one recent fire that scorched about 7 acres. This is the Mississippi Headwaters State Forest. And the firefighters who are out there working, exhaustion is settling in for them, as you would imagine, because it's been so dry this summer, so dangerous. Crews have been working 14 straight days before being allowed a day off.
That's very hard mentally, emotionally, and even physically. And I don't know how to explain it other than, wow, oh my God. I mean, that's where we're at.
So far in this area alone, they've responded to nearly 120 fires. That's 30% more than a typical year. It's so many fires. You know how they name a fire? This is this fire, this is that fire. They said they're actually running out of names. Okay, to the home of Gopher football. You know, this is the problem with corporate sponsorship of stadiums, right? TCF Bank Stadium. There's no more TCF Bank. The TCF was merged, supposedly. They call it a merger, but we know it was a takeover. Huntington Bank took over TCF, swallowed it, and the Huntington name is what survives. So the stadium now will be called Huntington Bank Stadium. Oh, who can't wait to go on down to the Hunt? What are we going to call this? Will people still call it the bank? Will you call it TCF Bank? What can you do? You know what? This television station has been named WCCO for how many years? 50 years at least. Should have called it WCCO Station. We should have bought the naming rights. Of course, who am I to talk? This thing is called the CBSN Minnesota Morning. We're on our second name. And for the right price, I will sell you naming rights. Can I sell naming rights to this thing? Probably, right? This is the Camel News Caravan. We'll go back to the 1950s. All right, this is the third name? What was the... Oh, I forgot. We had a name for 10 minutes. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we were the Daybreaker for like just a hot second. So we will change the name, I think. I don't know. Are we allowed to do that? Why not? Try and stop me. Try and stop me. Minnesota Twins are bringing back a great tradition. Prince Night at Target Field coming back. This is going to be at the game against the Tigers. So this was the hat from last year. These T-shirts were from, not last year, 2 years ago, right? So this is some of the old gear from the last time we had a Prince Night. This will be Thursday, September 30th against the Tigers. So let's show you the new gear. What do we think of the hat? So it's Prince, more prominent than the Twins logo, which is in the corner, which I kind of like it. And I love like the flower, like all the flowers on the brim. I think it's a great hat. Yeah, I really do. So this is, first 10,000 fans get this. Do you think it's Velcro, though, in the back? Like, that's, you know, sometimes those giveaway hats. I hope not. Bomber jacket's cool, right? You have to buy, this is like a ticket package. So you can buy the ticket package and get that bomber jacket as part of it. All of that. I don't know how much it costs. I meant to look that up, but all of that is on sale starting right now. So check it out. Prince Night. All right, our talker today is your dream state fair job. Our friend Eric is here to share some of your comments. Eric, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
State fair job. I diagnosed the problem, why we have 700 job openings at the fair. Perhaps some people.
So money being no object.
Perhaps some people are concerned about the Delta variant, but perhaps more is saying $11 an hour. That is not the going rate anymore, I'm sorry to say. But what are people saying? Dream job.
Cindy says, I would like to work the DNR building if I had my choice. At least it's cool and shady.
Yes, very true. I love the DNR building. Mm-hmm. And you can, the fish pond out there is so fun.
Kimberly says, beer stand, one for me, one for you. Literally drinking away the profits.
Right? Yeah. Ballpark Cafe. They have the best beer. I like that.
Bradley says, I would love to host and run a dunk tank. Bring back Dunk Dong. Right?
Remember that at our booth? That was
Yeah,
fun.
That was nice.
It was fun until the one time like someone threw a ball and it ricocheted off of the dunk tank and hit a lady in the stands.
Oh my God.
And that was the end of the WCCO dunk tank.
We don't speak of that anymore.
Nope.
Pam says, putting people on rides or driving people around from here to there in the putt-putt.
Oh yeah, the WCCO golf cart driver. That's not a bad job.
Well, speaking of, last but certainly not least, Todd says, working in the WCCO booth.
Excellent. Heather and I are going to be out at the fair in the early mornings for our fair coverage this year, so it'll be really fun. So one year I did work a number of fair jobs for like a bit for a TV story, so not that long, just for TV magic. But doing the sky ride was pretty fun. Very physical because the big sky ride thing, it comes in pretty fast.
You have to hoist them, yeah.
Right, to get the people out and get the next people in. That was pretty good. And the best job, if you're young, is the fresh French fry booth. Because it's all like high school and college kids and kind of like blaring music and a fun atmosphere.
And you get a daily DeRusha visit.
I love those French fries. It's true. Thanks everybody for watching. Morning update from CBSN Minnesota. We will see you back. Who knows what this thing will be called tomorrow after Eric and I go sell the sponsorship. But we'll see you back here at the same time. Have a great day.